security organizations are focused primarily on maturing themselves. And I think they have to focus on a couple of key areas to do that. Security policy, they need to have a strong policy that governs everything they do from an IT security perspective. They need to focus on people. They need to focus on teaching them how to safely open emails and attachments, and more importantly, how to protect data. And I think the third thing is process. How do they put process around their technology so that the right people have the right access and the wrong people don't have the right access? So I think if companies focus on people, process, and technology, ultimately they become more mature, therefore better protected, protecting the data, protecting their employees, protecting their shareholders. So most companies I talk to struggle with data classification, and they struggle because they don't know where to begin. In most cases, companies don't know what data is the most important to them. If they're a healthcare company, it's patient records. If they're a credit card company, it's credit data. If they're a developer or an entrepreneur, it's probably their intellectual property. And so the challenge most companies face and most security programs is, how do I classify data and then put controls in place to protect that data? Is the data sensitive? Is it confidential? Is it private? Is it public? And once they have a framework for identifying what that data looks like and what its classification looks like, then they have the opportunity to apply controls to that data and prevent the bad data, or the data that's most sensitive, from leaving their organization. Data classification is tough. Most companies that I talk to aren't successful at getting that done yet. But I think with the new tools that are coming out, data discovery, data learning, machine learning, that process around classification is simplifying and becoming easier to do. So insider threat is a difficult conversation in that most people don't define it the same way. Is an insider threat just the accounting person who has access to accounts payable? Is it the IT person who has database administrative rights? Is it the hacker who gets access to your network from the outside and pretends to be someone on the inside? Good insider threat programs account for all of those various types of insider threats, and they put controls in to monitor and protect against those threats. Ultimately, I don't think there's a good insider threat program that doesn't have a form of behavior as part of its foundation. If we understand the behavior of our people, of our employees, of our associates, then it's easier for us to derive what abnormal behavior looks like. And with that abnormal behavior, we can identify insider threats. So I think if a company is thinking about or looking at an insider threat program, it all begins with the people in their organization and understanding what they do and how they access it and when they access it, and then putting controls around when those behaviors start to deviate, what do they do next? And to me, that's the only way you get ahead of protecting against insider threats.